People say that they're from South Memphis. They're connecting over being familiar with the struggle and participating in the struggle.
It was once, we had 2 different projects on each side of us. Crime rate was real high.
People did not drive down Vance. Most people that lived here had never had a job before. They're 3rd generation poverty, so didn't know maybe anyone that ever had a job, but they had talents and skills yet to be developed.
When Steve decided to do Advance, the community was different than it is now.
There was no research, there was no strategy that day one I had done. So the reason why it's this place is because it's where I was volunteering. I was encouraged to get a board of advisors together, and so as we started meeting and discussing what could be a business that we could start, Bubba Halliday was a part of the board of advisors, and he mentioned, well, why don't we start a nonprofit focused on jobs?
So the early stages of it started in his grandmother's 1988 blue Camry, and he drove around with a file box in the back, and he and Ken spent hours upon hours, really, Ken giving his wisdom to Steve.
I was able to introduce him to some folks that were pivotal in the community, and but he brought the heart and the passion already, and so helping him connect some of that and walking with him a little bit.
The way that programming has come along is it's the combination of listening and hearing a need and an opportunity from the community.
And then kind of the idea of let's take action. So it's not just people from the outside coming into this neighborhood, but how do we build up leadership from within?
Well, I came with a friend of mine. He had a girlfriend graduating, and I came to the graduating with her, and I signed up for the next class.
My auntie was one of the first graduates. I never went through a faith of finance or learned how to budget, but I did have a home. I lost it. So I know that God gave me this because I learned how to budget, learned how to save money to get this house. Because it's everything to my grandkids. They love this little bitty house. They love it.
Just being around positive people every day is a blessing. And getting out them streets and getting off drugs and meeting new people and staying around positive people.
I've just been a witness really to how the Lord has worked in Gerald's heart and in his life. I've been a witness to how Gerald has worked really hard. He's still Gerald, but how the Lord has brought out through Advance more of who he is without the things that were holding him back.
People started getting up, going to work, getting up, going back to school. So I knew it was a blessing for the neighborhood.
I think for some people, it provides, I think just simply provides a purpose, a reason to wake up, and an answer to the question of what did you do today? And I think that's just, there's so much dignity in being tired at the end of the day and having, something to show for it. One of my favorite things about living in the neighborhood is stepping out on my porch every morning and seeing neighbors drive by, honking at me, waving at me. They were on their way to work. I was on my way to work. Turn the corner, see people walking off the bus with their Advance Memphis shirts on their way to the warehouse. Advance is creating celebrations and training and meals, just positive reasons to be together. I had a lady sitting in this room, it was the last day of class, and we were preparing for graduation. She said, Mike, this is my first graduation since kindergarten.
It is hope being realized. We see people coming to Advance Memphis and coming through the work-life program and graduating and getting their first job and getting their second job and getting hired full-time.
The hope is that people will get healthier, create healthy families and relationships and stay put, and that the neighborhood kind of change from the inside out.
Advance Memphis can show how people can change their lives and to help them change their lives. So to be a better person and to be a productive citizen.
It's been amazing to see, the growth over just showing up day after day, year after year, in the same place.
Certainly the community has impacted us far more than we have impacted them. They've given far more than we could give.
When God put on Steve Nash's heart to do what he do, was a blessing for this area.